is the Oracle box. We are going to be pulling some cards to see what message wants to come out. I am really excited to see what message comes up today. I'm actually going to close my window because it can get pretty loud. We got birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. If you found this video, your intuition is going to know what to do with this message. I am just the messenger. And so I think this is a really cool card to start with based off of some of the stuff that's just been coming up for me over the past week and just really this entire year. It really feels like a lot of things are not working and haven't been working for a long time. And if you found this video, you know what that means. You know what that means for you. And there's this frustration that you may be feeling when it comes to having to be the blueprint for a lot of things. A lot of things that are happening now, it's not even necessarily that nobody has done these things before, but we are finding new ways to do things in ways that have not been done before. They definitely haven't been done by you before. They haven't been done by somebody in your bloodline before. And so I'm picking up that you may be feeling this energy of frustration to not be able to have a manual, to not be able to have a guidebook, or just like the steps laid out for what it is you're supposed to be doing, how it is you're supposed to be doing it. You know that there's a new structure that needs to be put into place, whether it be in your own life, whether it be in regards to your family, your workplace, on a larger scale, whoever you are that's found this video, there's something in your foundation, there's something that has been going on in your life, maybe even across lifetimes, maybe throughout your lineage, that just has not been working. And it's been this nagging feeling that has been, it's like I'm seeing like a woodpecker, so that may be significant. It's like this idea of something just like nagging you or just tapping you. At first, like it may have felt like a whisper, but it's like the feeling is continuing to get bigger and bigger, and it's just like this frustration of what is it that I'm supposed to be doing and how am I supposed to be doing it. And so I feel like a lot of people are discovering these plans in their heads, like these blueprints in their heads, but it's almost like they're missing pages, or like the pages are blank. I feel like that's like in a movie where somebody finds a book or some sort of like manual, but the pages there, some of the pages are like ripped out, some of the pages are not there, or they've been like they got wet, they're just like destroyed. And it's like the person that's looking at this map or looking at this book or this blueprint or whatever has to be the one to like fill in the gaps. And there may be a frustration coming from within where it's like, I just want my degree to be what fills in the gaps. I want the mentors that I've had to be the ones to fill in the gaps. I want, you know, the knowledge that I've obtained in my life to be what fills in the gaps. But it's almost like you may be coming across like, it's like, you know, that what fills the gaps is something that is so new that you may not yet have the words for it, or you may not yet have the courage or confidence to say or speak the ways that you want to fill in these gaps. That's really interesting. All right, let's see. So I have my Oracle box because I don't always like to, there's a different way that I like to move through my cards. And so if you're following along, you will see me with my Oracle box. Sometimes I'll be flipping cards and sometimes I'll just grab a card. I'm going to do what feels right, which is a part of like this birthing a new age, just kind of like doing the things that feel right, even if to other people it may feel wrong, and so that may be significant for you as well. Then we got Artemis, she of the wild, mercy. And so this is just suggesting that there may be, you may be going through a difficult time right now. You may be feeling that frustration. There may be somebody that's watching this video may be ready to quit a job, or just quit a job, or trying to figure out what the next steps are. And it may be a big risk. It may be this really big risk that you're taking. You have these bills, you have these things that you are, have put into place as you were existing within this old reality. But now as you're transitioning into this new mindset and you're trying to fill in these blank pages, you are unsure of how to keep the old things while traversing into this like new world. And that can be really difficult, especially when bills are due, especially when you have to buy food, especially when like there are things that you need in the world. And something that's been really coming up for me this week, and I'm feeling that it may be relevant to somebody else, is just like when our soul naturally has these moments of needing time and space to like be in the void, to like sit in the gap, to kind of feel this uncertainty. Like we don't always, I mean, we're often not getting answers right away. Like we often ask, how do I do this? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? But like those answers don't immediately come. Like oftentimes we have to go through, some of us are going through full-blown like month initiations or yearly initiations as we are trying to figure out, as we are moving through the terrain to figure out like what the answer is. Like these answers don't come immediately, but bills do, and like the things that we need come immediately. And there's this tension that I'm feeling, and you may also be feeling, between like, how do I exist in the gap as I experience the things I need to experience in order for me to fill in these gaps while I am in the void, or waiting in the gap, waiting in the wings. Like, how do I sit in this patience when there are other things that need to be done? And so that may be bringing up not only frustrations, but literal like troubles. Like there may be trials and tribulations that you are encountering because you are taking steps to move into birthing these new creations, birthing these new worlds, which takes time. Like, it takes 9/10 months to make a baby, and then there's 4 tiers. Why can I not have had a baby? There's postpartum, there's the trimesters. There's 4 trimesters. Tears is hilarious. There's 4 trimesters when it comes to like birthing a whole person, right? And so it's just like anything that's going to be born into the world is going to take time, is going to take these different trimesters, these different levels. Well, I guess tears is a good way to look at it, because it is kind of like when you're going through any sort of initiation, a lot of times there are like steps, and sometimes you start with like the basics and then you move up a ladder, which is also something that may be significant, right? Like this idea of feeling like you've had to climb this ladder throughout your life, but it's like that hasn't been working, at least in the way that it's been structured. But there's a different type of like internal ladder that you're feeling feeling that you want to climb, feeling that you need to climb. But there's a patience that is required, but it's like your surroundings are still like moving like this, and you're trying to find the patience to make it to the other side. And so things may feel difficult right now. And I just want to say that your spirit guides, your ancestors, whoever it is that you call on, want you to know, damn, Sometimes things do crumble all the way. Sometimes there is the tower moment. Sometimes things do have to be dismantled all the way in order to start over. And you may be somebody that's already been brought to ground zero, that has been brought to your knees, either, metaphorically or literally, had to experience losing everything in order to build up something new. I think what's also interesting about Saturn retrograde is that there is a structured way, and I don't have the answers to this. This is just what's coming up. Is there a structured way that you can dismantle your life so that there is still a level of care as you are burning everything to the ground? Like, as everything is like falling to the wayside, is there a way that you can do that doesn't leave you in shambles? For some people, it may be, well, for everybody, it's going to look different. But I think the question that's coming up is, are there ways that you can dismantle the systems in your life, or the foundations in your life, scrap the foundations in your life in a way that is still responsible? So where you're not necessarily like burning all bridges. There may be some bridges or relationships in your life that you do want to keep. There may be things in your life that you do want to keep. And I'm even hearing to journal the things in your life that you do want to keep, because when we're starting over in a structure, there may be things that we actually do like, that we actually do want to keep. And there's something to being able to just like write those things down and see, okay, these are some of the things that I do want to keep in my life. These are the things that absolutely have to go. And there's something really powerful about, with a pen, paper, pencil, like in a journal, writing down physically, I don't want this anymore. This is what I do want. This is something that I want to keep. This is something that I want to do away with. And I'm also getting the Star Mother card. That card has been coming up all week. How can you mother yourself? And maybe the mothering is the answer to having a sense of care as you are dismantling these things in your life, right? So it's not like, for example, if you hate your apartment, you don't want to live there anymore. This is for somebody. You hate your apartment, you don't want to live there anymore. Instead of just like walking out of your apartment and like abandoning everything, just leaving everything, what are the ways that you can mother and nurture yourself as you take steps, move through the tears in your particular life to move on to a new place of living, to call in this new place of living? Because sometimes we do get to a place where we just kind of want to just like, fuck it, like I'm leaving everything, I'm throwing everything to the wayside. But Saturn retrograde is giving us the energy to say, okay, I don't want this anymore. What can I do that still, what actions can I take that still provide a level of care to myself as I say peace out to this thing and move into something new? So this boundaries card is here. I'm hearing that for you may be someone that needs to establish better boundaries, and this may be the foundation of how you're going to birth a new age. Because I'm getting that for some people, it's not about getting rid of everything that you have. It's not about getting a new job or moving to a new place. For a lot of people, it might be. Like, you can only, you know for yourself if that's what the situation is. But I'm getting that for a specific group of people, it's going to be establishing better boundaries within the structures that you already exist in. Because you may be feeling this tension of like, oh, I do actually like this thing that I'm existing in, but something about it isn't working. And I'm getting that for somebody, it's the boundary situation. Like your boundaries have not been solid enough for you to feel safe in the environments that you have been in. So like I'm getting that for some people, you have been birthing a new age for some time. Like you have been aligning yourself with the things that you want in this new age for yourself. But what hasn't shifted yet are your boundaries and your confidence to say, hey, this is how I'm going to be navigating in order to keep myself safe, and feeling the confidence to communicate that with people so that they know, okay, this is how this person plans on moving in order for them to live their best life and to feel safe and good in what you've built, you know? And I feel like somebody needs to hear that if you are feeling a lack of confidence in, you know, establishing these boundaries, just a reminder, like, of all of the work that you have put in already to be where you are, and the boundaries that you're going to establish, the way that you are going to communicate to people, you know, this is how I plan on navigating because this is what I need, right? And, you know, letting people know that this is what I will or will not be putting up with. This is what I will or will not be doing. It's not about imposing rules on other people. It's about deciding for yourself, you know, I plan to move with integrity in my life. And so because of that, these are the things that I plan on doing to keep myself safe. And that is honoring. That's allowing you to honor the new world that you have been birthing, or that you are currently birthing, or that you will be birthing. And there are these different steps. And maybe my dad used to bring up skipping steps a lot, and how I was a person in life who would skip steps. And I do think that in a way that has been true at different points in my life, where not even necessarily that I was intentionally skipping steps, but I think that sometimes when you are birthing a new world, or you're going about something in a way that doesn't have a blueprint, there may be, you know, maybe maybe you do land this big dream job, right? And so it's like in the material world, you've like achieved this thing that you've been wanting. Like you have this thing that's been on your heart. You have this thing that feels good. But one of the steps that got skipped is like, how do I hold this new thing? Like, what steps do I need to take within myself so that I actually am able to hold this new thing that I asked for, to be able to keep this business that I'm starting for myself, to be able to communicate the things that so it's funny because this is literally like my first time talking today. Today was a day that I got a lot of rest. It was a very big weekend. This may be relevant for somebody. You finally being able to like clear your throat chakra. It's like, for the first time, I'm getting that for somebody, this is one of the first times that as you're building this new world, what it looks like for you is that you're starting to speak up for yourself. And it's like your voice might shake. You might be like literally clearing things from your third chakra. It might be some of the first times that you are doing these things, saying these things, speaking up for yourself, which can be really difficult if you're not used to doing it. But I'm just getting that for somebody listening, a part of establishing the boundaries and birthing this new age is like one of the steps that will be required on your part is allowing yourself to speak despite your voice shaking, despite the fear, despite maybe not even having the words just yet, right? Like, so I'm getting that for some people, writing down in a journal the things that you want to say, or even just like asking yourself certain questions and being able to actually write those thoughts out and like start to figure out, what boundaries do I need to keep in place? What are some of those things that I want to keep in my life or get rid of in my life? Who is it that I want to be? How do I want to live my life? I'm getting really heavily, what values are important in my life? A lot of times we come up against this frustration because we don't know what we value, and so we're just not sure like what we believe or how to feel about something. And I feel like when you are moving into new territory, it is important to know how you feel about things, what you believe about things, what your values are, and acknowledging that like a lot of times it is hard for us to know what it is that we want because we are still carrying old beliefs from our family that have been passed down intentionally or unintentionally. Like, it's crazy because like as I'm talking, I literally feel like there's a lot that's like coming up. I'm like sneezing, my insides are like tingling. It's a lot going on, but I feel like that's a part of it, and that's significant. It's like there are things within you that need to come up and out, and that may be one of the steps that you need to take in order for what it is that you're birthing to become more clear. Or even like that's a part of the birthing process, is using your voice to communicate, this is how I've been feeling, you know, first starting with you, just speaking out loud, like, these are my values, this is what I actually believe despite what I've been taught growing up, these are the things that are important to me despite what I've been taught growing up, despite what people may like or dislike about it. Like, mindset and voice is coming up a lot. It's like as you are birthing this new world, your mindset, getting clear on what your mindset is, getting clear on what you feel about things is going to be really important. All right. Okay, so we got 3 cards that fell out. Yes, Inner High Priestess, number 34, number 26, Witching Hour Tea, Introspection. Whoever you are really called to do something and to say things that people have not been saying, things that people have been thinking. But the way that you are going to put things into words is going to be so unique to you. And it's the way that you're going to put things into words in a way that people need to hear. Your literal like frequency of your voice is needed. And when you're asking yourself, why, even though people are already doing this, why should I be the one to do like, why should I also do this if people are already doing this? We've been talking about birthing a new world, but then there are also people who are going to be doing things that have been done, that are being done. My therapist was talking about when you go down the cereal aisle, there's all these different cereals. Raisin Bran. There's 50 different brands of Raisin Bran. But like Kellogg, Post, those two, you know, if you shop at Harris Teeter, whatever the case may be, everybody has their own brand of Raisin Bran. They're still making Raisin Bran. Nobody's walking down the grocery store and being like, how dare Kellogg also make Raisin Bran because Post already has Raisin Bran. Like, no one's doing that. Nobody gives a shit. The only people that are sitting around and clocking like, oh, this person is doing the same thing that person is doing, they have their own fears and things that they need to work out. That has nothing to do with you. Like, nobody gives a shit. Nobody is you. Nobody can be you. I wish I could exactly quote the Dr. Seuss quote, but you know, the quote about like, nobody can be you, that quote, I'm gonna pin it if I can. People say that and then I might forget, but like, nobody can do you like you, and nobody has your voice. Like, even if you have siblings and you sound just like your siblings or you sound just like your parents, you don't. You still have your own unique voice, and nobody's gonna say things the way that you're gonna say things. This may be relevant for somebody, but just like, even twins, they have different experiences. Twins are not, unless they are conjoined, and even if they're conjoined, they're still gonna have different experiences. Like, I don't know, one might be asleep while the other one's awake. I don't fucking know. Everybody is gonna have these different experiences. And because everybody has different experiences, different perspectives, the way that our genetic makeup is made, like even siblings don't even have the same genetic makeup. You are going to say and do things in a way that people need, that people have been waiting for. People have truly been waiting for it, and it's going to encourage more people to make more Raisin Bran. We need more Raisin Bran. We can't, like, we literally can't have too much Raisin Bran. Like, it's literally like what I'm getting. We can't have too much Raisin Bran. The world is falling apart. We need all the Raisin Bran we can get. There's so many people in the world. I might not like that Raisin Bran, but your Raisin Bran may be the exact Raisin Bran that I need. So we need you. And that's what I'm getting with this inner high priestess divine service. Like, whatever it is that you feel that you are in service to, we need your voice. We need to hear from you. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that, but like your spirit wanted me to say it like that. Cause like we need you. And them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a us versus, like, the world is massive. Like, there are a lot of motherfuckers in the world, okay? I might not like Kellogg. This is nothing against Kellogg Raisin Bran. Kellogg, by the way. Like, but like, no. I might not want Kellogg. I might need Post, okay? Anyway, witching hour tea, introspection. So you might be being called to literally have more tea in your life. This might be relevant. Drinking something warm in the morning before you drink something cold. That's something that's been coming up. It's a part of something that's good for people that are dealing with inflammation. So maybe you're called to go on an anti-inflammatory, I hope I said that right, diet. Or not even diet, but just the word diet is like, but like, maybe something. Sometimes I get excited. Jesus, there is someone. This message is for somebody specific. This is not for everybody. You might want to look into an anti-inflammatory diet, meal, way of eating. You might want to look into that. Drinking something warm first thing in the morning. Look at how you're spending your days. Look at how you're spending your energy. Look at how you are exerting yourself throughout the days. All of this is going to be relevant to the new world that you are birthing, to the new ideas that you are birthing. This is a big thing if you're getting right on your phone as soon as you wake up in the morning. It's like when you first wake up in the morning, your brain, like the ideas that come to your brain are so... They're so precious because you're still in between awake and asleep, which is such a, there's a literal term for this. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the witching hour, or at least the witching hour is at night. That's really funny how it just brought me back to this. You can't be rushing to your phone in the morning to go and see all these opinions and all these different things that are happening in the world and like how people are living their lives. You cannot wake up like that. And maybe you can. Honestly, sorry. Like, who am I to tell you like what you should or should not be doing? That's not my job. But somebody's ancestors are straight up saying, and this may or may not be for you, somebody's ancestors are saying you got to stop. It might be mine. I'm getting better at it. I am. But like, that time in the morning is so precious because that's when you're going to get downloads, information on how to navigate your blank pages. That's how you're going to fill in these blank pages. It's like that morning, drinking that warm beverage in the morning and allowing yourself to be in the quiet. And if you have kids like me, waking up even earlier, waking up before those kids. And the thing is, like, yeah, it's hard, but like now that I'm doing it, it is totally worth it. It's totally worth it to not start my day being yanked out of my bed by my child, by my cats, like closing the door so that the cats can't even get to me in the morning. Like, I'm the one that wakes myself up. I mean, my alarm, but I'm the one that wakes myself up. And I am treating that beginning of the morning like a little baby, like so precious. Like, it's such precious time to receive the downloads, to receive the information, to allow yourself to receive what you are trying to tell you, to be able to hear what you are trying to tell you before the world starts to imprint all of these things from the day, all the news, all the, I mean, just, it's a lot. And just say yes. Say yes to the ideas. And it's on you what, like, it's not up to me to decide what the yes is for you. But we got the yes card. And it's 3 people holding a star. There are 2 people holding a star, and there's one person that is like, from their third eye, there is light coming in through the sun into their third eye. So maybe even waking up, and then there's mountains in the background. Maybe even allowing yourself to look out the window in the morning, despite what, like, no matter what your view is out of your window, that might be relevant for someone to look out of your window in the morning. And then I just want to close with this last thing that came up this week. Geckos, is it geckos or bearded dragons? I think it's bearded dragons. Bearded dragons have 3 eyes. They have a third eye at the top. And that third eye can't see the same way that their other 2 eyes can see, but it can see shadows so that they can protect themselves. My insides are like buzzing. It's wild because I'm like waking up on camera right now. Like, my soul is like waking up. But if something hovers above, it can see shadows, and so it can better protect itself. And I'm getting that if you allow yourself that time in the morning to let that third eye open, to allow your energy to flow through your chakras. Somebody's ancestors want or guys want them to know, like, to look into the seven chakras, learning how to balance your chakras, learning more about the third eye, and connecting that to that early morning time when you're drinking that warm tea, when you're receiving those soft thoughts, even allowing yourself to journal as that third eye is opening, so that as you navigate through your day, any shadows that come over you, any impending, like, information that is going to be valuable to you, you will be able to see that, to hear it, to take it in, to process it. And you're going to continue to build that sixth sense, and it's going to help you to navigate this birthing of the new world that you are stepping into. That's beautiful. I'm gonna get an affirmation card. Story of my life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. One of y'all are going to get a Pulitzer. Wow. I just got that real deep. There's a snake handing a bouquet of roses to a little mouse, and it's so sweet. Your life is a movie. I'm so excited for the story of your life. You are going to do amazing things. Wow. Yeah. I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you. Make your little tea. I will talk to you all on Monday.